In this video, we will learn about factors affecting photosynthesis. So, there are two types of factors which can directly affect the photosynthesis. One is external factor, the other is internal factor. So, first if we observe, there are four external factors which can affect the photosynthesis, namely light, carbon dioxide concentration, temperature and water. First, if we see the light. Light is the most important factor for photosynthesis because light energy is converted to chemical energy. So both quality and intensity of light can affect the process of photosynthesis. So first we will take quality of light. We know that white light consists of 7 colors. Highest rate of photosynthesis takes place in 2 spectrum light, that is red and blue. And the minimum will occur in green light. So we can tell that the green light will have the least effect with the rate of photosynthesis. The photosynthesis rate is very low and no photosynthesis can occur in absence of light. So under darkness it is nil. Second is the intensity of the light. So photosynthesis increases with increase in light intensity, but only up to a certain limit. So if we see the graph, so as the light intensity is increasing till I1, so we can see there is considerable increase in the rate of photosynthesis, but after that it will remain constant. So rate of photosynthesis at 0.02% CO2 will remain constant. So that is, it stabilizes. But if carbon dioxide quantity or the concentration increases, so here carbon dioxide is the limiting factor. If we increase the carbon dioxide concentration to 0.05%, further the light intensity can have a better effect on it, that is, it increases the rate of photosynthesis. So at lower percentage or concentration of CO2, light intensity will only be able to rise up to this point, but at higher concentration it can further increase. Next we have the increase in carbon dioxide. How does it affect? So an increase in CO2 concentration at this point at I1 increases the rate of photosynthesis further, but again it will stabilize after the point I2. So this extremely intense light bleaches the chlorophyll. So if chlorophyll bleaches out, it will not be able to capture the sunlight. So hence we can tell the rate of photosynthesis gets retarded. Next we have CO2 concentration. So CO2, as we saw in the previous graph, up to or under optimal conditions of temperature and light intensity, the rate of photosynthesis increases with an increase in CO2 concentration. And the concentration of CO2 in atmosphere is only 0.03%. 0.05% is very rare. And it's increased up to 0.1% increases the rate of photosynthesis, but beyond that, the photosynthesis rate will decrease. Third factor which can influence the photosynthesis is temperature. In the presence of optimal amount of light and CO2, temperature will act as an influencing factor. So photosynthesis increases with rise in temperature till it becomes maximum. So optimal temperature at which photosynthesis is maximum is about 35 degrees Celsius. Now temperature, if we reach beyond the 35 degrees Celsius or increase further, so there will be adverse effect on the rate of photosynthesis, because as the temperature rises, the enzymes involved in the chemical reaction will become denatured. So at higher temperature, enzymes will denature. At lower temperature, they will not be very active. So low temperature and high temperature both will reduce the rate of photosynthesis. And last factor or last external factor which can affect the photosynthesis is water content. Only less than 1% of the total water absorbed by plants is utilized as a raw material in photosynthesis. Therefore, water rarely acts as a limiting factor, but if there is a scarcity of water due to non-availability from soil or due to excessive loss of water due to high temperature, it can also reduce the rate of photosynthesis. Now coming to the internal factors. There are three internal factors which can affect the photosynthesis directly, that is chlorophyll content, accumulation of end products of photosynthesis, and leaf anatomy. So if we take chlorophyll content, we know that chlorophyll is the one which captures the sunlight and converts it into chemical energy. So if more the chlorophyll, more the rate of photosynthesis. So photosynthesis does not take place in non-green parts of the variegated leaves and etiolated plantation. That is, when its leaves become yellow due to absence of light over a prolonged period of time. So as the chlorophyll pigment number increases, or if the leaf is more darker, more will be photosynthesis. Second is accumulation of end product. The end product of photosynthesis is nothing but the glucose. So as the glucose or sugar accumulates in the photosynthesizing cells, it will slow down the process of photosynthesis. Third is the leaf anatomy. It includes thickness of cuticle and epidermis of the leaf, size and distribution of intercellular space, distribution of stomata, development of chlorenchyma and other tissue can affect the rate of photosynthesis. Now if we see, the photosynthesis is maximum when there is maximum light, more CO2 and normal temperature, that is 35 degrees Celsius. However, the rate of photosynthesis is influenced by a factor which is in short supply. So that is termed as limiting factor. We will take three scenarios. First one is where you have less light intensity but you have enough CO2 and suitable temperature. So which is in the short supply? It is the light intensity. So light intensity becomes the limiting factor. So there will be less photosynthesis. Now the second scenario, less carbon dioxide, enough light and suitable temperature. Again, there is one substance in short supply, that is CO2. Again, there will be less photosynthesis. We will take third scenario. Here, temperature is low, but there is enough light intensity and suitable carbon dioxide. What will we expect? That is, we might expect more photosynthesis because light intensity is there, CO2 is there, but no. There will still be less photosynthesis because at lower temperature, enzymes are not very active. So this rule, where limiting factor is always controlling the rate of reaction, is known as Blackman's principle of limiting factors. I hope this topic is clear to you. Thank you.